Okay, we are live. Now, what do I think about the UFC 263 main event that is happening tonight? I feel like this fight is definitely going to be a big fight. I mean, this event is going to be a big event. It's not just a big fight. There's so many good fights on this card. For example, Israel Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori. That is an excellent fight because Marvin Vettori had an excellent fight with Israel Adesanya going the distance in their previous fight, probably 3 years ago. And Adesanya was able to edge him out and get the decision. But Marvin Vettori definitely showed up with a lot of. He showed up with a lot of grit and determination in that fight. He showed a lot of heart also. He got takedowns in the third round, so he definitely won one round out of three. I feel like the score was definitely justified for Israel Adesanya to win. But on the other hand, I feel like Marvin definitely had a great opportunity to win this fight, to win the first fight, if he had implemented his wrestling earlier in the fight. So that's just what I think about the fight. I think that Israel may get it done, or Marvin may get it done. It's just a matter of what kind of game plan both fighters are coming into the ring with. And I mean, we just don't know until. Well, let's look at the first fight with Israel versus Marvin. Let's check that fight out. Let's see what happened in the first fight. Let's look at the stats. I already saw the fight, but here it is. So, knockdowns, there were no knockdowns. Now, in terms of total strikes, okay, in terms of the first and the second round, I feel like Israel edged him out. The third round, Marvin edged him out because he got 2 takedowns. Right? Any control time. Was there any control time? There was. There was control time. There was like 1 minute of control time, maybe 2 minutes of control time. Yeah, pretty much. So it's gonna be a good fight. Really, there's really nothing else I can say. I mean, this is gonna be a great fight because of how close the first fight was. Moving on to the second fight, that I think is the most entertaining, probably Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz. I say this because Leon Edwards is probably one of the most underrated fighters on the UFC roster. Nate Diaz is probably the toughest fighter on the UFC roster at lightweight. At welterweight, I mean. Very tough, very durable, able to go 5 rounds, very powerful. Okay, this fight is going to be a bomb burner. This fight is going to be beautiful. This fight is going to be beautiful. Davison Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno is going to be beautiful because if you look at the story from the first fight that they had, it was a beautiful fight, one of the best fights I've ever seen in flyweight. These two guys, Damian Maia, Belal Muhammad, gonna be a good fight also. I mean, Belal Muhammad's more of a wrestler, so if he takes Damian Maia down, we're gonna see a lot of interesting stuff here. Definitely. I mean, if fucking Belal Muhammad takes the fight to the ground, you really think that he's gonna take the fight to the ground? I think he's probably gonna use his wrestling to keep it standing. That's his only opportunity to win the fight. But if he mixes in some takedowns, that could be interesting as well. Light heavyweight. These two guys are fighting. Let's look at their backgrounds here. Who's this guy? Jamal Hill. Oh shit! He beat OSP. That is a serious. That is a serious interest. That is a serious win. OSP is not a bum. But I mean, he's starting to get old, I guess. I mean, it makes sense. What was the submission win? Well, how did he win? What kind of submission was it? We don't know. He just said submission. Okay, cool. Paul Craig, let's see what this guy's up to. See, he's Scottish. I mean, we know those Scots can fight. Ooh, he beat Mauricio Hua. Shogun Hua. Holy shit, but Shogun's old, man. When did he last fight? 21st of November 2020. And this Scottish motherfucker is a black belt, right? A brown belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Wow, okay. Craig's head coach Brian Gallagher took him from no martial arts experience to 8-0 as an amateur, all first-round finishes. As a professional, Craig went 8-0 over the first span of 4 years before being signed by the UFC. Wow. He lost by submission, Kimura. He lost to Jimmy Crute by submission. Okay, interesting. Well, he beat Mauricio Hua, and he beat this guy. I mean, who's that guy? I have no idea who this guy is. No, literally no idea. Who is this guy? Too many fighters on the UFC roster. Oh, he's on a 4-fight losing streak here. Woo-wee. He needs to get cut from the UFC. I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't get cut. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just talking out of my ass. Yeah, I feel like after being 8-0 and winning against bums, 8-0 against bums, he goes 9-0 against Henrico da Silva. I don't know who that is. Then he loses in the UFC. So basically, what I'm telling you is that this was definitely a big step up in competition for him. Big step up in competition. Definitely a big step up in competition for him to come from some kind of unknown organization going straight to the UFC. He probably should have waited a bit more before he went to the UFC. Got a few more fights in him, more experience. But he probably needed the money, right? He probably wanted the pay, increase to happen. He wanted to make it to the UFC, get more money, Probably was making 10K a fight, fighting in Bear, whatever. What is this? BAMMA? Probably making like 10K a fight, right? So might as well. Yeah, I mean, a big step up in competition in that, that's funny. But yeah, money, probably money. He needed the money, right? So that's why he jumped up in competition. And that's why he went to the UFC because he needed the money. I guess. I mean, that's what most fighters do, right? Allegedly, right? Allegedly. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the next fight. I want to look at this card. Pretty interesting. There's another fight that I would really like to see that's in the preliminary card. Drew Dober, Brad Riddle. That's going to be a beautiful fight. Lauren Murphy. I cannot wait for this fight too, man. Like Lauren Murphy versus Joanne Calderwood. That's going to be a really good fight because you guys got to remember, Lauren Murphy's on like a 4-fight winning streak right now. Or a 3-fight winning streak. What is it? Like a 4-fight winning streak? Shit, she's on a 4-fight winning streak. In, what weight class does she fight at again? What, bantamweight? No, strawweight, right? She fights at strawweight, right? Pretty sure she fights at strawweight, dude. Pretty sure she fights at strawweight. Oh, flyweight. Okay, even smaller. These bitches small. Sorry. Scratch that from the record. These fighters are fighting at, they're fighting pretty well. I mean, I'm a big fan. I mean, just because I said she's a bit. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Lauren Murphy for sure. I'm definitely gonna watch that fight too, if I can stay awake, because this fight's gonna be at like fucking 2 a.m, right? It's like 8 hours away from me. I don't think I'm watching the early prelims. Sorry guys. Ooh, Chase Hooper. I want to see that fight actually. Chase Hooper would be pretty interesting. I don't really care about this fight. Don't really care about that fight. I'm being honest with you guys. I don't really care about these two fights, this one or that one. Maybe I'll watch the Alexis Davis fight, just if I'm bored or something. And I'll definitely tune in to watch Chase Super fight for sure because I'm a big fan. He's Ben Askren's son, right? Cool. Yeah. I mean, Lauren Murphy, Joanne Calderwood. That's the big and Drew Dober, Matt Riddle. Just because people have been saying that that's a good fight. I guess I'll watch that one too. I know who Darren Stewart is because he fought. What's his name? What's that guy? What's that big mouth's name? That fights at middleweight. That guy that fought Marvin Vettori. Oh, Kevin Holland. Yes, Kevin Holland. Yeah, Kevin Holland. That guy. So yeah, I mean, Damian Maya. That's gonna be a good fight. Good fight. Good fight. This main event is beautiful, except for this fight, light heavyweight. I don't know about these two guys. I mean, don't really care to be honest. I mean, light heavyweight. They're both gatekeepers, unranked opponents. They're both unranked. I guess I don't really care. I only really care about Drew Dober, Lauren Murphy, the Israel Adesanya, Marvin Vettori, Davis Figueiredo, Brandon Moreno, Leon Edwards, Nate Diaz, Damian Maya, and Bilal Muhammad. I'm not really too stoked for the Damian Maya fight because I feel like Bilal Muhammad is probably just going to take the fight wherever he wants it to go because he's more of a wrestler. He's a wrestler, dude. Come on, he's a wrestler. He's a wrestler, dude. He wrestled in high school, see. Cool. He made his MMA debut. Wait, what? He doped? Hold on, what? Muhammad was expected, however, Lyman Good was pulled. Okay, Lyman Good was cheating. Okay, not Muhammad. He got knocked out in the first round by Vicente Luque. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing about that shit. That's fucked up. But yeah, I mean, he was definitely gonna lose the fight. Leon Edwards, he was losing the first fight, the first round. He lost the first round. He lost the first round. Okay, well, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's gonna be a barn burner. It's gonna be a big fight. Big boy money. Big boy fights. There's no results, dude. It's not. It hasn't even happened. this. Yeah, but dude, this website is like super easy to make, though. Like it's nothing. It's really not. I mean, it's cool. It has a little little thing here. Yeah, cool. It's whatever. Sections more community guidelines. They have a community guidelines here too. Doxing. Trolling. We know it when we see it and we'll remove it. Don't go to a rival team's community for the sole purpose of winding up their fans either. Moreover, you should never publish any private or personally identifiable information. Doxing is strictly prohibited. It's funny. But yeah, that's what I think about the fight.